Hi, I'm Al. This is a video. So we're starting my next extreme demon. This one is a very hard one. I've been pondering about whether or not I should do something like this for a long time now, and I think it's about time. It's gonna be my longest extreme demon, and it's gonna be my third hardest as of the demons list, and I'm very excited for it. It's been a level that I've eyed this level for a really long time, and I really like the level, so I'm excited to go into it. The level in question is none other than Titan Complex by TC Team. This is a really good level, first and foremost. I think it's a fantastic level. It's very fun. As you will see later on in the video, I've done a couple of runs on the level that are like really solid. So I think this might be faster than I initially expected. What I said on stream was that I think this would take me like a week or two. So yeah, let's just hop into a practice run. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the level. I'm going to tell you guys what I find difficult, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the level itself. So as of right now, as of recording and as of trying to complete this level, it's number 40 on the demons list, meaning that it's a top 40. That's like very hard. I know, crazy. Top 40s are difficult. Who would have thought that? This beginning is like the one part that I actually haven't practiced much. I've only practiced from 17% and onward. So this beginning is like, it's hard. I would say the beginning is like one of the harder parts, but not like super hard, right? There's some pretty easy stuff in the beginning, but there's also like some few hard things, like that one ball click, and then you get to this ship part, which is like, the ship part is pretty easy, I would say. I don't think the ship part's like that hard. The beginning does, from what I've been told from people who have beaten this level, this beginning does become like an auto scroller. Like you're gonna be getting to like the drop basically every attempt, which by the way is 17%. It looks like it's very easy, right? Like this is not a level that looks that hard, but it has, I think the main glaring issue with Titan Complex as a level is the transition. I'm gonna be pinpointing like the specific transitions that are like really bad, but this is not a level that seems memory based, but there's a lot of memory involved with this level. So once we get to this point, I feel like this is where the level like picks up in terms of like how epic it is. So we get to this port, yeah. That UFO, I have no clue how I first attempted that. That UFO is really stupid. I do not know how to do it consistently. It's very, very bad. You just kind of like have to click fast and hope for the best. This is like the first part that's like a true bad offender to the whole like you can't see much and the transitions are bad. Because if you can't tell by this, you can't really see much. You just kind of have to know what to do. There's a lot of know-how with this level, which I think is like the biggest issue with this personally. In a level this long, there's just a lot of know-how, and having stuff like this where it's easy to forget what you're supposed to be doing makes for very hard everything, really. So while it shouldn't be that hard, because the gameplay itself is pretty easy, I would say, for the most part. Just, it's very, very easy to like mess up and forget what you're supposed to be doing, right? This right here is what I would say is like the first like really hard part. I think this level is second half heavy. This gets much harder towards the second half of the level. And this is like the beginning of the like hard part, right? This like artificial ascent inspired part right here is surprisingly hard. And we get to this part. This is where all the bad transitions begin for the most part. And when I say a lot of the bad transitions, I mean a lot of the bad transitions. So this one in particular, the first one is not that bad. It's just like one thing. That yellow and that red orb are horrible. You have to buffer that green orb like so. That green orb is extremely late. Do not let that green orb deceive you. You have to hit that as very late as humanly possible. If you hit that even remotely early, you will hit the spike. That green orb is painful. I hate it. It's so hard. Why is it so hard? I don't know. It's just stupid. I don't like it. You get to this. This ship transition was like the catalyst for me realizing, wow, these transitions are garbage, and they don't care about them being garbage. They just want the level to be hard. This transition is horrible. Like, you learn it, and that's kind of just it. And I'm not gonna lie, the transition right after as well. I first attempted it somehow. I don't know how. But this transition right here, that black orb, is one of the worst orbs in a ship part that I've ever seen in my entire life. Then we get to this part. These are just a bunch of buffer clicks. But they're much harder than it looks, I will admit. Like, this part looks extremely easy, but it honestly isn't. And here comes the, like, the infamous swing copter. I don't find the swing copter that hard, if I'm being completely honest with you. I don't know why. I can just do the swing copter for some reason. Then we come to this part. Cessa's part. Holy shit, it's bad. Like, this is the only part that I think that I will be genuinely annoyed at, because there is absolutely no consistent way of doing this transition. You just kind of have to click and pray. Like, this is the only part of the level that I genuinely think that it's just a click and pray. You have to wait slightly after you do the teleportal, so you can't go immediately, but there are 0 visual cues. Absolutely none of them. No visual cues whatsoever. And then the UFO right afterward is not any better, I will admit, because it's, horrible. And this part is just really bad in general. That's a triple spike. You can't jump like late because you'll land on this like black thing. So you have to jump like between this like spike right here. So you have to jump like here and go like wee. This shipboard is surprisingly tight. Like you have to like swerve around and like curve your strafe fly in like a very precise way. So this part is much harder than it looks. I'm surprised that you don't see people die to that like ever. Like it's not the worst. It's not like the hardest part of all time, but it's a very easy part to choke up, if you could say that. And it's really late in the level, so nerves are a thing for sure. This wave part is very weird because let's speed hack this real quick. So you see how this works, right? You have to like go up here in a blind click, land on this, and it's just like auto until this click. Like you have to click here, go up, go up. It's just a weird click. And you just kind of have to like wing it. Like these are the parts that I'm talking about when I say that this is second half heavy. Then we get to this part. This part is surprisingly hard. Like the actual Divinity inspired part. This is nerve-wracking. Like this is like the final super difficult part. But it is extremely nerve-wracking because there are no J blocks, so you have to like light tap them. You have to jump between 2 spikes at like 3 times speed or something. It's crazy how hard that part is. It's muscle memory based, I would say, because it's just like a click pattern, right? But it's much harder than I feel like people give it credit for. I feel like once you get to this part, you have like a high chance of beating the level. But this green orb is very easy to die to because you can hit it too early, meaning you crash at this spike, and you can hit it too late like I just did. So once you get here, right, you go 1, 1, 2, 3. I double tap the pink orb. I don't know why. I just find that to be like extremely consistent. Because I light tap the pink orb, go slightly up, and then I hit the green orb. I find that to be like an incredibly consistent way to do it. I don't know how other people do it. That's how I found it. Easy to do. Shout out to Skycrab for telling me how to do that because I was struggling with this part a lot. But after he told me how he does it, I found it reasonably easy at least. Nice. 66 to 100. 66 to 100 already. God fucking damn, dude. Cruising. Yeah, banning Kier for hate speech. Oh, whoo, boy. 42 to 85, 43% of the level. That's fucking crazy, dude. I don't know what to say about this level. I genuinely do not know what to say about this level. When I initially tried this level out for the first time, I was like, yeah, this is harder than Yatagarasu. This might just be my hardest level. But the more I've played it, the more confident I feel with the level. I initially said that this is potentially my hardest level, in my opinion, when I started this level. But I don't know if that is the case anymore. The more I practice it, the more I realize that it's just like a know-how level. It feels very, very intimidating once you start playing this level, because the UFO at 30 and the transition at 76, those are like the two only hard parts that are like really difficult, if I can say that. Those are like the two parts that give me the most trouble, but those are just bad transitions. Everything else is just, once you learn it and know how to do it, it's very, very overcomable. Because of the length of the level, it being 3.5 minutes long, it's not as hard as everything else. I've with purpose been beating levels that are really short as of late, like Timor, Erebus, levels that are like barely over a minute long, to just practice really hard gameplay. And this is going to be my consistency test. This is going to be my consistency test. It's a long level, and I think it's going to be fun. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and wish me luck on Titan Complex. I would really appreciate that. Leave a comment saying good luck or whatever. I would appreciate it a lot. And thank you so much for all the support recently. I really appreciate it. Have a good one. Stay healthy. Eat your greens. Stay hydrated. I'll talk to you guys later. Eat your greens. Goodbye, everybody.